Hello everybody and welcome back to Borderlands 3. My name is Mikey Dubs and I wanted to start a new Borderlands 3 series on the channel, but I didn't know where to begin. So while I was just like playing the game on the side, I was like, why don't I just record what I am doing right now? And this is Flak Endgame. And the current objective is to upgrade my company men relic. So I have one company man of each manufacturer: Atlas, Sylvie, Dahl, Hyperion, Jacobs, Malawan, Tedior, Torg, Vladov. I finally completed a full set, but none of these are what you would consider god rolls. So I'm here in the Darkthirst Dominion rocking a rack stab, rack attack build. I'll show you guys with that right now. Here's the skill trees. This is going to be maximum rack attack, and our grenade is going to be the fish slap matched with a Peregrine class mod with Revolter. Let's get this job done. Now we're going to be farming Hemovorous and then downing ourselves after killing him so that we don't have to reset the fight each time. Let's get it done. Our pet is, of course, the Elemental Spider Ant. And the strategy consists of spamming racks with our Guardian Angel in hand. And whatever stands in front of us will die. The primary weapon is the Guardian Angel. This has on action skill and melee damage is increased by 100% for a short time. Which is big news. Let's do it. See, Hemovorous adult gets pretty much one shot. Now, one bad thing about this is that your fish slaps can't kill Varkids when they're inside their pods. As long as you ping which one the boss is, it's pretty easy to aim your racks towards that boss and then watch the fish slap do all the work after that. This is a classic mage setup. It's meant for maximum single target damage. You can add more area of effect with things like the Stinger shield. With an, I believe you need an action skill start trigger any effects that happen on shield breaker fill. Oh. But that will do a nova of melee damage around you whenever you activate your action skill, which is nice for mobbing, but it's not going to be as much damage as a Revolter. Now, if you notice in my green tree, I'm spec'd into a ton of health regeneration. Okay, we have a lot of HP regen going on. That is carried on here in the blue tree. So, yes, we will get put low and we will go down, but when we do go down, our pet is going to be right there, very full on HP. So the only thing we're really susceptible is getting chained down. So that's why we are expecting to movement speed, so that we can somewhat mitigate the risks of going down in chain succession. We can get out of bad situations, and really this fight is a lot of it is dodging the attacks. Now the hardest part is that there are two enemies to dodge attacks from. And once Hemovorous gets down to his red HP bar, it's a little bit easier to kill for us. I'm pinged. Now your torch buddy. Okay, so he goes down. You can check the loot now, or you can check the loot later. I like to check it now. Okay, make sure we don't kill Vermi. See how Vermi has 1 million health left and he still does a bajillion damage? Yeah. Very dangerous enemy. Hot Drop Commander planted toward a TDR company man. Doesn't look like the best rolls, but let's go ahead and go check it out back at the start. This is the loop. This is a really fun endgame farm if you have the damage to do it. Other characters can do this farm for sure. I like a Rocketeer Mose for this kind of shenanigans. The only bad part about a Rocketeer Mose, and the reason I'm actually here with my Flak instead of with my Mose, is because Iron Bear with a Rocketeer will trigger Vermivorous and kill it. So I could just, run around in Iron Bear with a Flare Comm, but I don't want to have to do that. So let's check out our new company man, Tedior, with 40-30-30, fire rate, reload, speed, and damage. Its bottom rolls are corrosive resistance. Corrosive and incendiary damage are nice pluses, but it's against a 40-50-50 of different stats. So it's against mag size, accuracy, and reload speed. And while accuracy, yes, is not the best skill, mag size and reload speed are the two most important stats on a TDR. For most TDRs, I should say. So I'm actually going to keep the old one, and the new one can get dropped. And that's our loop. We're here to get 50-50-50 perfect bottom rolls. That is the dream. So we're here. We're on Borderlands 3. I'm playing my endgame flak. I have a Moza endgame, and I have a flak at endgame. And I kind of feel Randy Pitchford when he says they in Borderlands 3 that they didn't want to create more Vault Hunters because people didn't play them or something like that. Because, you know, I don't really have I don't feel the need to go back and play Amara or play Zane. I've played one character all the way through. I've now played a second character all the way through. Now I just want to chase, you know, the best of the best stuff. That is why we are here. Peregrine class modded, full rack stab farming. You don't need a revolter for this at all. But I've decided to try to make all of my characters' loadouts fit within my backpack. See, my backpack size is 48 out of 50. I've got one of each Monarch ×4 ×8 Elemental besides non-elemental and a ×8 Fire, unfortunately. I've got a couple different Rowan's calls, one of each King and Queen's call, a couple different class mods, Bounty Hunter, Stackbot, and Peregrine. I'm trying to make this all fit with all these company men onto just my character. Why, you ask? 'Cause I don't like the feeling of having to go to the bank. Oh my gosh, get dome pieced, brother. Yeah, so with the Peregrine class mod, you want to use your racks to do 1,000,000 damage, but you can also use just your basic grenades to do 1,000,000 damage. Just like so. The racks are just simply a vehicle for the grenade. And if you melee someone, how much damage does my actual melee do? Actually, it does a pretty good amount of damage. I'm gonna start meleeing the basic enemies. Did we get there with that much? I haven't really meleeed basic enemies. Oh, flak before. That's kind of fun. Give him the little... I don't know what this thing is. It's like a little pick. All right, here we go. It can get a little bit confusing with how the characters are named and whatnot. But in general, if the character looks all green... Like the Hemovorous, he looks all green, right? Hemovorous, he's kind of brown, a little bit of orange, and a little bit green. And the best way to tell it's the real one is to check the health bar. But here we go. There's the one shot. Check our loot. Get the action skill going. Okay. There's a doll company man. A COV company man. Come on, hit me up with some more. Okay, another doll company man. We have too many pieces of gear. We're gonna have to do it on the fly here. And there might be something in here I can drop. I don't think I need a recurring hex. Although that radiation recurring hex would go great in my Mose. I don't think I have one. Okay. Maybe I do. I'll get rid of it. Which one of these don't I need it? Let's get rid of the stopgap. COV company man, right? Yep, I have 2 now. This one has critical damage, COV damage, and accuracy with 2 different elemental damage types. That's not so bad. This other one is accuracy, damage, and heat per shot with movement speed. I kind of like the heat per shot one better with the corrosive damage on it with all pretty decent bottom rolls. Get rid of that. Oh, COV company man. All right, so now for doll. 50 accuracy, 50 critical hit damage, 30% damage. With shock resistance, shock damage, and shield recharge delay. It's not bad. It's really not bad at all. Versus critical hit, fire rate, and reload speed. I'm going to go for the 50, 30, 50 here on this one. Say goodbye to those 2. Okay. Now, the sad part is, now these company men are going to be down here, like, forever messing with me, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and down ourselves and do another run. Beautiful. I think we might have gotten an upgrade there. I should be checking to see if we can upgrade that. We can get that nice dopamine rush. But we have a lot of room for upgrades within our company men, so I'm really looking forward to getting those, because I haven't never done a true company man rush. You know, and I should probably be dropping all like my monarchs and stuff back at the bank while I'm doing this, but I kind of like the feeling of of working with this a little bit of space, right? Because my flak is pretty specced out for endgame. Like I have a fadeaway Jacobs and fadeaway Vladoff build pretty much complete. But what I'm missing with all those builds is like the creme de la creme company man. So that is what I'm going for now. Besides that, it's going for class mods, and class mod farming can be a little bit more repetitive and tedious than this. This, at least I'm like doing some extra activities while I'm running around, you know. You survived. Go. There he is. Hit him with the racks. Let's see if we can get the one shot. Gotcha. Oh my goodness. Later, kid. Yes. So something I wanted to bring up was this anointment on action skill end melee damage is increased by 100% for a short time. I don't know how it works with rack, like when it considers to be end, right? Like when is the end? Because it feels like it ends now. Oh my gosh, this guy like actually one shot rinsed. What's this right here? A rack commander? No thanks for now. We need the Peregrine. Little bit of a welcoming party for Hemovorous. There we go. And once you get him past the first immunity phase, he starts flying around, so it's really easy to tell which one to fight. That's the hardest part about this fight, that there's two of them. So knowing which one to kill can be pretty tough, and staying alive while two of them are trying to kill you can be tough too. Because now Vermi is flying around, which would go against the traditional wisdom that you go for the one that's not the one that is flying around most of the time. In Fight for Your Life, you just look at the mini-map, you see where your pet is, and you walk towards it. See, my pet is still pretty healthy. Kind of. Oh, baby. Good job, pet. That's the wrong one. I think that's the right one. I think the main boss is dead. Yep, he goes down. Okay, there's Vermi there. Whoa, okay, everybody chillax. Everybody chill out. Chill out. I just want to check to see if there's any doll company men or something. Oh, Vlado company man, take that. Any more company men? Doesn't look like it. All right, drop it. Get out of here. Oh, we survived that round. Again, even with this sort of like, you know, insanely powerful rack stab build, endgame build, like, you can still die. All right, let's do it. So we got a new company man. It is Vladoff. It's reload speed, fire rate, and damage like that. Melee damage, cryo efficiency, and corrosive resistance. Not the best bottom stats versus my other Vladoff, which is damage, reload speed, and critical hit damage. This one has magazine size. Okay, so the magazine size in the bottom row goes pretty hard. Unfortunately for the new Vladoff company man, it doesn't make the cut. Let's get out of there. Do another run. This is, I think this is a pretty fun farm. I've actually made a spreadsheet of different endgame activities and different farms that you can do in the endgame. But I'm really going to be focused on tiering this flak up, like with the best possible pieces of gear for every part of the build that I could possibly want to do. Like, for instance, this bounty hunter has really nice stats: weapon handling, weapon damage, and pistol damage, but only two of these are really optimal: pistol and weapon. I would like to get pistol, weapon, and assault rifle or something like that. For the stack bot, I would like to get weapon damage and other kinds of damage, or weapon damage and corrosive damage, like maybe elemental damage on these, you know? So that's for the class mods. My Revolter is pretty much, it's good to go. Capacity absorb with action skill start. I could go for a different fish slap. So a better fish slap could be kind of great for, I think Link is what the best one is, because it's more damage based on how many people are connected to it. Yeah, that's pretty good. And then other than that, it's Monarch farming. It's potentially Rowan's Call farming. I want to get Corrosive Rowan's Call for like a true corrosive damage bounty hunter build. That could be really fun. So I've got a lot of other stuff to go for, a lot of other pieces to get just for my flak. And I don't have like a god tier, you know, spec'd out character. I have never had like a really truly god tier character in any game that has, you know, multiple different builds available at a moment's notice, all within one backpack. So that's kind of what we're going for. And the company man is, I mean, it's, as far as gun builds go, it is the most versatile. I could pick up any weapon. I could go search out any weapon, slap on a company man, and just go to town with it, you know? Oh, Larry. Now this guy should be gone. And I have my auto sell rarity set to purple and below, so I can run around and collect all the loot, which is good fun too. I mean, I have a great time doing it. My brother. One of these peregrines will drop a fish slap on your head, and you will die. Look at that. All it takes is one. That doesn't always land perfectly the way you want, right? I want a more consistent fish slap. I'm wondering what it takes to get it a little bit more consistent. I don't think you can roll it sticky. Go. Let me get out of my face, brother. I got bigger fish to fry. There we go. Get over here. Whoa! Oh, I'm tagged. I'm slowed. I'm bagged. I'm flowed. There we go. There's a big dot. One more, he should be gone. Now for my fish slap, having the anointment that regenerates one, it's a Beastmaster anointment. Oh, no, it's not. It's just regular. On action skill start, regenerate one grenade. That's really nice for fish slap spamming. Firestorm, a Torg company man with some nice rolls, and an Atlas replay with a very high damage. The highest damage I've seen on that bad boy is 71,000. Is it worth getting back up? I don't think so. I don't see any other loot. So let's get out of here. All right, a Torg company man. This could be good. I could maybe go out and if it's like, what do we want? Crit damage, weapon damage, mag size? I don't know. Let's see. What do we got? I'll know it when I see it. Let's go down to my Torgs. The old one, the one that needs to be replaced, is mag size, damage, and crit damage. Okay, that's pretty good. With corrosive resistance, crowd damage, and movement speed. Not bad. The new one, it's got a 20% better overall, with 55% air effect damage and 28% incendiary damage. Ladies and gentlemen, that is as close to perfect as you're going to possibly get. That is our first major upgrade of the stream. Of the video. The old one is gone. The new one comes in for a 50-50-40. Air effect damage on this is the perfect roll for a Torg company man. I don't think I have any Torg weapons on me. But now that I do, I might go out and go searching for something that's Torg and fun, like something that can synergize with flak. I know sticky synergized with flak quite a bit, so I might go for like a sticky style build, like some high-powered sticky weapon that could be really fun. Beautiful. All right, so Torg is checked. Well, I mean, I could still get 50-50-50 with better rolls, but that is, I like to call that like, that's the intermediate level, right? So I would say my Vladov, beginner level. This is beginner level Relic. Doesn't give you the most. My TDR, kind of beginner level. But now this Torg is definitely like intermediate, not quite S tier, but like the B to A tier. So I'm trying to get all these by their beginner levels and get them all up to where this Torg company man is now. And that is the goal. Rocking this Guardian Angel, of course. Little rack stab action. You guys can put in the comments if there's anything you guys want me to farm. I have... This is basically a continuation of the last series, where I was farming ×8 monarchs. And I have a lot of cool stuff on the character, but there is plenty more to go after. What could be really fun is farming Vela Ultraviolet for like a perfect fish slap. All right, where's the boss at? Boston, there he is. All right, land. Boom, baby. Get rinsed. Okay. Well, for a fight like this, you might think that you might want to have on the Schluter or something like that for more legendaries, but realistically, because it's a farm that you don't reset by save quitting, it's kind of better to not have a Schluter on and just focus on getting damage from that slot, which something like Rack Stab definitely makes use of that relic slot to put on the Unleash the Dragon relic, which is the reason we're getting the dot from all of our melees dropped by the Paragon class mod Fish Slap combo. That burn right there. Oh wait, need to get a little bit of burn going. See how the racks miss? So you gotta be really careful with how you aim them. There we go. I take more racks to try to stop that from happening. Just start going around just meleeing folks. All right. They're basically on top of each other this time, but I know that's Hemovorous right there. I've fought in this enough times. Oh yeah, now you're getting torched, buddy. It's a mixture of grenades and action skill. You do both. The action skill keeps alive your grenades, and your grenades apply a lot of damage that your action skill can sometimes be a little bit less consistent about applying. Remy, don't die. I accidentally dropped a combo on you. Where did the loot explosion go? Okay, right here. Where's my company, man? Okay, Jacobs with a 50, 40, 40. Okay. Let's go check it out. This could be good. Jacobs company, man. Okay, please, please. Okay, what do we want? Critical hit damage, mag size with mag size rolls on bottom with weapon damage, pistol damage. I don't know if all that's possible. Maybe weapon damage, corrosive damage. Okay, come on now. The old one is 50, 40, 30. 50 with damage, 40 with mag size, 30 with critical hit damage, but only roll 2 with mag size and cryo. Let's see. Accuracy, fire rate, mag size with melee damage, weapon accuracy, and error effect. Ladies and gentlemen, the biggest letdown of a Jacobs company man in the history of Borderlands 3. Let's move it on. Don't got time to be messing around with that kind of gear. Unfortunately. Okay, I'm just pausing to enable my preview to see how I look on this. I'm centered in frame. That's good. I'm thinking with this series, I'm just going to be doing what I would typically be doing in a Borderlands game, because I was thinking about, and I've been thinking about, how am I going to do content for Borderlands 4? And there's a million people who put out news. There's a million people who do a lot of things in this game, right? So I was just kind of thinking, I would just play how I like to play it and just record me along the way. And then people that kind of resonate with how I like to do things will kind of make their way to the channel. That's the hope anyway. And that's just going to mean bringing you guys along for the ride when it comes to what we're actually doing. You know, not just the highlights, but also you're not needing to watch an entire stream to keep up with what's going on. It's kind of it's different than a stream type. You know, you're still getting a little bit longer of a Borderlands video experience, a little bit longer of a session without, you know, just getting the clips and the highlights. But also not needing to see every minute of the stream because it's constantly going. You know, you just can't possibly keep up with that much. And I'm okay. And then if that means that it's not going to be, the channel isn't going to be, you know, this massive channel, that's fine with me. You know, I have fun playing Borderlands this way. I don't want to change too much of what I have fun doing because, I mean, I've been posting other games in the channel that I like less than Borderlands. It's not that I don't like those games, I just like Borderlands a lot. So why not just have fun playing the game that I love, you know? Or should I force it? Okay, my pet is down, which is always bad news. Just keep up deeps here, because if we stop to try to revive our pet, well then we're going to be in a world of trouble. Just keep DPSing. Oh my goodness. Back up so the Guardian Angel can do more damage. There we go. We don't need pet if we kill Hemovorous already. There's an ogre. Who's this? Malawan Company Man, not the best rolls it seems. But we can go ahead and down. Okay, let's see what we get from this Malawan Company Man. Now, if you're wondering, the drop chance for the Company Man from Hemovorous is 100%. You always get a Company Man. Would I be better off going with a Schluter? Probably. Okay, you've gone into the gauntlet now, Malawan Company Man. So what you're up against? 50, 30, 30 damage, reload speed, critical hit damage with weapon accuracy, weapon reload speed, and experience gained from combat. You offer me a 40, 30, 30. Fire rate, critical hit damage, and damage. Okay. With area of effect damage, magazine size, and shield recharge delay, ladies and gentlemen, we have lower base stats, but a better Company Man overall. With the area of effect damage, shield recharge delay, and magazine size. A beautiful new Company Man. Percentages leave a little bit to be desired up top, but getting the area of effect on the bottom rolls makes stuff like the Flipper go completely crazy, especially on Flak, who likes multiple projectiles. Very nice weapon to get. Very nice Company Man to get. Let's go. Beautiful. So I enjoy just playing Borderlands this way. You know, farming for better items. You know, if you don't get an upgrade, you don't get an upgrade. But I mean, we've only been farming for 27 minutes. I've already gotten a couple upgrades, you know. It gets harder as you go, of course. That's why you switch up your farms. And I think I could have fun, you know, just playing Borderlands this way until the new game comes out, and then continue to play this way. Now, I've been thinking about doing like a don't look up anything and explore my own world, explore everything myself, and then post like the Mikey Dubs journal for Borderlands, you know, the ultimate survival guide, like in physical copy, because I'm finishing my history degree now from Syracuse University, and you know, I have some writing skills. And my thumbnail creations had helped me with a little bit of that layout, you know, going on PowerPoint and creating that poster board, you know. I could create a physical journal after, like, you know, however many hours of playing Borderlands 4. And people will know, like, this guy, you know, he did it all himself. This is a good source of information. And because it'll all be from me, that means that there's a Doll Company Man right here with magazine size, fire rate, critical hit damage, and damage. I'm gonna grab that because I don't know if I have a better Doll Company Man than that. That seems like a pretty good Doll Company Man. And it was all by itself. It wasn't in that pile with the other loot. Yeah, I think this is where the other loot pile was, right? Yeah. So I think this is a new Company Man. We're going to have to check it out after. That's... Burmese up there. Hemo's down below. It just takes... Honestly, if you can't tell which one is which, it just takes some experience in just identifying the colors of the different characters. Then I'll pick it up. Maybe I did leave that one on the ground. Okay, Vermi, chill out. Where'd the loot go? It's got... Oh, there's a rocket pod here. I think it's over here somewhere then. Whoa, chill. Rat Commander, where did Hemovorous die? Pet, your turn to come save me. Yeah, hold on. Just let me check out. 50, 30, 50. Accuracy, critical hit damage. I mean, this one's gotta be better. So let's start here. Fire rate, critical hit damage, and damage with magazine size on it. It's gotta be better than this one. Yes, I think it is. The critical hit damage is the same. The doll damage is the same, and we get fire rate instead of accuracy size with the magazine size. Yeah, that's an easy choice. And my doll game is going crazy. All right, let's just do a reset. We don't know where the loot is, but I can find it at some other point, especially when we do our final sweep. When we do our final sweep, we'll be checking through all the company men just to make sure that we didn't leave anything behind, and then we'll be good to go. All right, 31 minutes in the video. Got a couple company men upgrades, feeling good about that. Now our cash reserves are going to go a bit down, but that's okay. Not too concerned. Let's do it. The only thing we need cash for is buying ammo, and both my Moes and my Flak have gun builds that specialize in not using any ammo. This build specializes in not using any ammo. These are both self-sufficient builds that don't require ammo purchasing. Both my Jacobs Flak build and or I call it Flakubs because it's Jacobs and Flak, but also this Rack Stab build. There's a big boom blaster there, which means that there's probably a company man around here. Yeah, Tor company man. Radiate chance, mag size. It's pretty good, but I don't think it's better than my other one. The splash damage roll on it. I think the splash damage roll is king of all. Sorry for the Tor company man over here. Not gonna be picked up. I was looking at my pet like it was Hemovorous. Get him. Well, that should be enough. Yep. Beautiful. I'll hop out with this lad. You. Yeah, I like running around with this. Yo, later, kid. He goes the zip attack. Yep. Now you're torched, right? Beautiful. Love the damage from the Rack Stab build. It is unbelievable boss damage. And the reason I'm doing this build over the gun build is because in this fight in particular, there's so many things. Area of effect crowd controls like knockups and slows and things that the gun build really doesn't get a chance to get a big opening. So this build doesn't really need a big opening. This build focuses heavily on staying mobile, slaying all things in front of you, but also with a lot of health regeneration. So it's great for this kind of like the slugfest where you gotta stay mobile if you're gonna survive it, right? So you should go into his to this phase. Now we should probably start throwing the Schluter on right at the end. Oh, never mind. It all happened so fast. All right, Vermi, don't hurt me. Let's get in there. Check it out. Atlas Company Man. Looks pretty good. Oh, I saw accuracy actually on it. Jacobs, I see Jacobs. I dare you. Okay, find where Pet is. Crawl towards Pet. But we need to get outside of these pools, if you don't mind. There we go. Okay. Let's see. That's the wrong thing. That's a class mod. Get rid of that bad boy. Oh baby, oh baby. I'm taking a lot of damage. Dang. Like, that's the thing. Farming this can be a very big chore as well, because look at me, look at Hemovorous. He's sitting right on top of us, just spamming his most powerful moves. There's not a whole lot we can do about it. Let's just get some space. Gotta reset the fight to somewhere else. I might pet to take some aggro Dang. We really can't afford to slow down. This guy will not stop. I want to pick up that company man. Oh, dude. All right. Going in because I just don't know exactly where it is. There's the Torg one. There's the Jacobs one. Any others? No. Okay. We can afford to die now. So I picked up a couple. No. I said we can afford to die now. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. There we go. Okay, so I think I got all of them. Let's do a quick comparison. That way I can also clear the field of any excess company mans, even if they're ones that I've already looked at and tossed back down there or not picked up in the first place. Getting them off the field and getting them up here is just a good thing to do. Okay, so let's check it out. Atlas. Fire rate, damage, area of effect, experience. This one has magazine size and critical hit damage, but this one has... Its base damages are higher. It gets that area of effect. This one's actually pretty tough. I'm going to stick with the area of effect and the fire rate over the critical hit damage mixed with the magazine size. Okay, so next, what do we got? A couple of Jacobs. This is the old one. 50, 40, 30 with cryo and mag. Let's see. 30, 30, 40. Nah, not a very good Jacobs. Toss that one down. Do we have any other competitors? Yes. This new Torg does have okay stats, but it's not going to be up to the task. And I think we are back to square. Atlas UOV Doll, Hyperion, Jacobs, Malawan, TDR, Torg, Vladov. Let's roll. Let's roll, let's roll, let's roll. Alright, yeah, so that's what can happen if you're trying to loot this stage in Hemovorous is just like pool, 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 big, I don't know, whatever it is, like that multi-projectile attack. If you keep moving, you can stop that stuff from hitting you, but I'm trying to stop moving and loot just for a second. Which I mean, it's part of the challenge of farming this boss like this without having to pay the 500 iridium, you know? Look at this bat. Look, he is big and he is dead. Uh-oh. Need to get my melee damage up by hitting my action skill. Later. I can hit him. No, I can't. This is why we have our racks, because it's auto aim. Dang, I missed him. You don't want to get in range of me, Flybird. My melee attacks do crazy things. Look at that. That's on Mayhem 11, by the way. At least the dragon is completely balanced. Boom, 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 baby. Later. Oh my goodness. We completely erase this dude. Go. Where's he going? He's going this way. I see you. There. Gotcha. Toss out the racks. What do we got? What do we got? Manic Disruptor back here. Fastball. Doll Company Man, pick that up. Over here. Doll Company Man, pick that one up. Atlas replay with 68 next to Mag's Radiation is actually pretty insane. Oh, and we got a bit of a crash. Okay, so we're back, and it doesn't look like we lost any of our Doll Company men, so let's check out these bad boys. This one is accuracy, damage, and crit. High rate, critical damage, and damage. It's so much better. Not bad, though. 50, 40, 30. 50, 40, 30. I'm gonna stick with the 50-40-30 with mag size. I still think it's the best. I don't mind paying the extra iridium for you guys. We're gonna go back in. Yeah, we still have about 20 minutes or so. Pay the iridium. Yeah, I mean, I got 4. I'll go back in, get a fresh kill. Don't say I never did nothing for you. And we will continue on. Trying to get those company men upgraded all the way. The number one company man that I want to be the absolute best is my Jacobs one. I want 50-50-50 with mag size, crit damage, and damage. But can't always get what you want. But bottom rolls, mag size, and as much damage as possible. That would be like the dream. Because Flak, or with Flak, my favorite manufacturer to use is Jacobs.
That's the spirit.
As much as I love spellcaster Flak builds, the way they design fadeaway in this game is just so much fun. It's like too hard not to play it, you know? Okay. That's how it feels to get one shot. Really gonna make me hit you again? Keep the action skills going because we need our action skill to keep ending in order to get the melee damage. Anointment active once the boss does spawn. Beautiful. Oh, from downtown. There we go. It's so much fun just meleeing things. Here we go. Pocket Rex. I've been standing still for too long. Luckily, I've got a lot. Oh, wow, those air effect heals. I'm just gonna keep sliding here, actually. Just keep sliding. Just keep sliding. Our health regeneration. Look at how much health regeneration we have. That's like just base. Oh, Vermi. Vermi. I'm afraid that might kill him. Nope. He lives. Good work. Nice job, Verm. Atlas replay, not the highest damage. I've seen 71,000. Okay, Atlas Company Man and a Jacobs Company Man. Okay. Please, I am begging you. Please have amazing rolls. Come on. We need this upgrade. It's 50-50-40 on that Jacobs Company Man. What did we get? First, we'll check out the Atlas. It's 40-50-50 area of effect experience and shield recharge delay. High rate and damage. Damage and critical damage with reload speed. I'm going to do the 50-50-30 on the right. Okay. Jacobs, let's see it. Fire rate, accuracy, and damage. As much as I like it, getting a 50% accuracy roll, pretty low roll. Continue on. Little unfortunate. I think we got a new doll one there. Right? Doll Company Man. No, I think this was still the one I was using before. Unfortunate. Continue on. I did get this dastardly Maggie, or dastardly Skull Masher from this is a god roll. I'm pretty excited about that. I've got a few god roll weapons. All my Kings and Queens calls are god rolls. Even if they aren't max damage, they technically are max damage because the part that isn't damage is crit damage instead, which can be better in a lot of situations. I think it is. Racks up my sleeve. Let's do it. Spin around. Watch it all out. You don't want that melee sauce. Trust me. See that? My racks don't kill those things. Or my rack attack. Like, we actually have not the best matchup against it. To be honest with you. Kind of have to keep it moving here. Okay. If you want to keep the kill skills up and alive. Beautiful. Inferno super badass feral Varkin. Wow. Yep. I mean, you survived a really long time, didn't you, buddy? Oh my goodness. Throw my fish slaps a little bit higher. There we go. That's gonna hurt him. Burn damage. Feel the burn, Hemo. Feel the burn. Uh-oh. I'm in the middle of it. He's down. Hold your fire. Hold your fire. We're just on the hunt for some company men. Pick up company man. I'll pick it up to get rid of it. It doesn't look that great. Okay, and let's go ahead and run it back. Just, you look down, boom. I love it. Okay, so that Jacob's Company Man didn't seem like it was that great. Not gonna get a great roll on every run. The Pilot Company Men grows. Go to our new one just to make sure. Reload speed, damage, and critical hit damage. Really not bad, but the area of effect damage, it wouldn't be the worst roll in the world on something like a Blade Fury. Well, it's not lost on me to be looking for melee damage on my Jacob's Company Man. If I'm gonna use the Blade Fury, why wouldn't I have more fun with something like, you know, like a Cryo Stone White Elephant or something like that, you know? Or like a Static Charge, something that gives me some more air effect, something like that, you know? More melee synergies than just simply running around with the Company Man. Yet again, those kinds of cool melee synergies are probably best experienced on Amara. You know, we're kind of just borrowing the melee lifestyle from Amara, but it's kind of funny how Flat can make such great use of melee skills. Just because of the way that the grenades work. You can scale melee damage so quickly in this game. It's just because the numbers are ridiculously big. I mean, look at this Unleash the Dragon. Melee damage plus 44%. It's kind of ridiculous. And that's all it takes. Because you could rack up a whole bunch of gun damage and then it would just, for some reason, it's just like the melee damage. Everything that scales off melee damage in this game feels so much stronger than the other damage sources. Okay, keep it going. I want to hit this guy right there. No, a little bit closer. Gotcha. And I like to use the ping system a lot. Helps me keep track of where the actual target is at. Okay, I'm out of action skill. But this guy shouldn't be alive much longer. Oh, the dot does die out. Oh, what a launch. Later, kiddo. Where's the loot spawning from? Okay, where you were. Ringer, Malawan Company Man, grab that. Mesmer. Elemental Projector Auto Idol. Really interesting class mod right there, but we're not going to go for it. Or this rocket pod. And have a Mesmer already. Okay. Bring it at the ground. Let's run it back. Beautiful. I think I could fast travel back to the start. That would work too, but it's not as fast, and honestly, money doesn't matter so much. All right.
I am reborn in the hunt.
It's our recurring tracker there. That'd be really nice for most player who didn't have a CMT yet. So, I saw Maliwan. My current is 30, 30, 40 with some nice rolls. Let's see. Fire rate, damage, and mag size. Shock damage and movement speed. It's got the mag size roll, but this one has a higher mag size roll. It's 73% in the bottom. The old one remains. One of each. One of each. That's the goal. I still haven't... I've yet to see a 50-50-50. So. Would love to see at least one 50-50-50 before the video ends. If that's going to be reserved for the second video, then it's reserved for the second video. So I'm not too sure I'm going to be doing this farm. The idea for this series is going to be more of a roaming style BO3 endgame series. Where I'm doing different kinds of tasks, getting different kinds of loot in the endgame of Borderlands 3. And that way it can also be like utilizing different builds, right? Oh, later, kid. Oh, Hemovorous adult gets ripped. Now, something I could think about doing is I could roll the other characters, and if this series is something that I enjoy doing, I might go to my Moes and start like trying to get my Moes like completely decked out 100%, and then I could. But the thing is, I could be spending this entire... I could be here for months trying to get 100% decked out with, you know, with 50-50-50 of all company men, you know? Even with as much damage as I'm popping. Catch. 3 grenades a little bit high. They got a pretty sharp trajectory downward. Oh my gosh, you're getting... This is our fastest kill yet. Dead? Pause the game. Pull out the Schluter. So now we're Schluted up. We should see a million legendaries here. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, we got time for another run, so let's go for the loot. Flat off, grab it. Oh no, we're inside of a frozen pile. We're definitely dead. We're gonna enter a series of destruction here. Hey, get out of that! Get out of these elemental pools, brother. Oh shoot. Jacob's company, man. Grab that. There's so much loot here. I think that's the last company man. That was company man. Grab that. Okay, grenade the floor. Get out of here. Okay. Okay, so the Schluter definitely, if we can manage it, if we can manage to pull it off, swapping to that Schluter at the last second, I think it's definitely worth it for the loot. Yeah, gonna be good. So let's see how many company men did I get that time. Atlas, 30, 30, 40. With nice rolls, unfortunately. Like the actual, like the top rolls, damage, critical damage, and fire rate are good. But its bottom rolls are just terrible, and its overall percentages aren't so great. Sorry, can't keep it. Alright, let's see. Another Jacob's company man. Are you going to do the thing? Damage, fire rate, and mag size, movement speed. These are great rolls. Damage, fire rate, and mag size are amazing rolls. But the only issue is the fire rate isn't really what I'm looking for. I'd rather see critical hit damage there. No, thank you. Alright, so Vladov. Damage, accuracy, and fire rate. The ignite chance. The accuracy is the 50% roll. Nope. 3 swings, 3 misses. That's called a strikeout. Okay, here we go. The final... Oh, we might have time for a couple. Slap on Unleash the Dragon. Melee damage, incendiary damage. This is the best. This is an easy build to put together. Not too bad. And you can do insane damage on it. All you need is a fish slap and an Unleash the Dragon and some way to boost the damage with like a Guardian Angel or melee damage boosting or stuff like that. But the Guardian Angel really is just a super easy way to do it. With that weapon shield. Beautiful stuff. Alrighty, here we go. I also want to check around to see if there was another company man around here before we start. Doesn't look like it. Alright, let's do it. My pet does ridiculous damage on its own. He does great things. Where you at? You meleeed? Feel the burn, baby. Feel the burn. Notice how I almost never run out of grenades, which is crazy. My actions, I'm sacrificing some damage from my grenade anointment slot in order to get that permanent sustainability. This build could go even crazier with damage. If you get some, I think you can get melee damage on your grenade anointment or something. You could definitely be juicing this up, maybe even with like a terror or something like that. Some terror generation going. Who knows? Catch. Okay, now we're on to the raid. We're gonna try to go swap to Schluter at the very last second. Oh, I went down. I think we're gonna wipe both of these lads this time. Toss the grenade. I think that it's gonna end him. What we do is we take off the Unleash the Dragon and put on the Ravaging Schluter. This has area effect damage and incendiary damage on it, so. Alright, so our Schluter is active, it looks like. Hopefully. Yep. And we have still good damage even with the Schluter on. See that? Not bad. It's nowhere near as it would be with Unleash the Dragon. There we go. Now this guy's gonna be in a world of hurt. Looks like he does have immunity phases. You just can't see them on the big screen. See, look, he enters an immunity phase here. Just for a moment, it looks like. The same way Hemovorous does. Let's clear the battlefield and do a final sweep and call it, yeah? Here we go. You're dead. See if I can get this guy with a fish slap. Gotcha. Alrighty, let's clean this up. Atlas replay, nope. I'm not really in the market for an Ionic Disruptor. A Doll Company man. Some really bad rolls. 30, 30, 30. Here's 50, 50, 30, but it's accuracy and critical hit damage and reload speed. Unfortunate. A Maggie. Okay, let's do a side-by-side comparison, because a Maggie is something that I'm on the lookout for, maybe a higher damage version. I don't know if I'm going to get a higher damage version. Yeah, mine's better. Mine's better, and it's already outfitted with a decent anointment. Fade away active weapon damage 150. Okay, it looks like that's going to be it. Let's just check out this. Go ahead, just do one final sweep. Got some rocket pods here I could pick up. Got a ringer I could pick up. Laser Sploder. But it looks like I'm going to be okay. Man, what a waste of a 50, 50, 30, right? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all very much for watching. If you enjoyed, hit the like button, subscribe to see more videos like this one. We are going to be in the next video, maybe going after the Rowan's Call, maybe going after class mods, maybe even doing some true trials, and I might be even doing some more Borderlands 3 Endgame coming your way. See you guys next time. Bye.